Hey guys, this is Tech Reviewer BRP right here, and today I've got the review of the Sony PRS-600 e-reader for you right now. So I'll just go over a couple of the specs of it. Here you go on this side. Let's wait for it to get in focus. Alright, so here's the power button right here. Over here, it has support for a Memory Stick Pro Duo, and right here an SD card. And I believe the SD cards can go up to about 32 gigabytes. And right here is the stylus, because it is indeed a touchscreen. On the other side, we have volume controls right here, because it is able to support AAC audio and MP3 audio. Right here is the AC adapter for hooking it up. This is for hooking it up to your computer right here, USB adapter standard. And this is your headphone jack. And on the front, here you go, you have the 6-inch diagonally e-reader touchscreen, and what the touchscreen uses is something called e-ink. So that stands for electronic ink, and it's grayscale, so you're not going to get any colors, but it's a very good display at 800 by 600 pixels. On the bottom here you have the home menu, the page turning buttons right here, the zooming button for your files and books, and here's the options, and I'll go over that more when the book's on. A little quick thing to say, when I bought this, it came with the quick guide, the wire, and this slim case right here. This is just like a foam case. It's not much of a great case. I'd recommend buying one. I got this case online. It's by P. Dane, it's called. It fits right in here, and you can put your cards on the side, and the book fits perfectly in here. So that's a good case. When you turn it on, it loads relatively quick, and it lets you do a search for book. So on the internal memory, it's 512 megabytes, and you can expand it, but you're really not going to need to expand it unless you have hundreds and hundreds of books, because book files are very small. It can also support music though, MP3 and AAC, and it can support pictures as well, including JPEG, PNG, GIF, BMP, and the book formats that are supported are EPUB, PDF, BBEB, TXT, and RTF, and Microsoft Word. Now as soon as you turn it on, you get this right here. This is the menu, and from here you can continue reading the book that you're on, and it automatically bookmarks when you leave, or you can set your own bookmarks for different places in the book. You can go to your books, all your notes, which is notes that you've taken on certain pages of books, your collections, which would be romance, sci-fi, etc., text memos, handwriting, and more, which includes pictures and audio. So let's go to continue reading right now. I'm reading a book called Faithful Spy on it, so it's a touchscreen, so you can operate it with your hand or your pen. So here it is right here. Now let's say the battery, by the way, is very, very good. It's about 7,500 page turns, or about 2 weeks so for most people. The body is also very nice. It has an aluminum feel to it on the back and on the sides. Alright, so I've gotten a better camera angle now so you guys can see it a little bit better. So anyways, I'm continuing reading the book called A Faithful Spy, and from the bottom I'll go over a couple of these for you. These are just general. This is the page. Turn the page with this button right here. Go back with the other button, or you can use your finger and slide across and go pages that way. Now this right here is the zoom button, which I find myself using all the time, depending if I'm in the car or if I'm tired and I don't want to read. If I don't want to read smaller words, you hit this right here just once, and then from here you can zoom into your own size, or you can choose one of the other sizes. So let's go to large right now. Exit out, and now it's in large, and as you can see, it's very, very clear. The words are very clear, and they don't get distorted if you make them bigger. The next thing right here is the options. Click on options and it gives you a list of things. You can go to a certain page number if you want, And again, this can all be done with a stylus, so I'll just use my stylus to show you. Take it out the side. Here it is right here. You can enter your page number that you want, a specific page number, or you can scroll through, and on the bottom it says what page you'd be scrolling to. Let go. And now we're on this page right here. Another option, the second option, is history, or we'll go to table of contents first. Table of contents, this is a PDF, so it doesn't have a table of contents, but many of the EPUBs that you purchase will actually have the entire table of contents listed right here, and you'll be able to go to each chapter as it continues on in the book, so that's really easy for selection that way. We'll get out of here, we'll go to start again. Alright, so here it is, Faithful Spy. And this also supports pictures, but I'll show you some of those later. You can also go to search, and I also use this quite a bit. This lets you search for a word in the book, so let's just search for the. Very simple word. Let's go for that. Okay, so the first time it finds the word the is on page 3. And then the next time it finds the word, searching right now, is also on page 3, so the rest of page 3, so it just continues on in the order in which it finds the words. Also another feature, this is a great feature right here, it lets you create and edit notes. So notes can be done a couple of ways. Notes can be done by writing right here, so I've selected this right here, and now lets me highlight certain words. So I can highlight this right here. I think this is an important part of the chapter. I can highlight that. I can also go up here, and it lets me make my own drawing, so I can say this is really important. Here it is. The next feature is just an erase, very simple. Just lets you undo everything that you've done if you want to. You can also go here to notes. And that shows any previous notes that you have on this exact book, so you can go. So if you think this one part of the book is important, take a note on it and come back to it later and check it up. I'll exit out of this now, and the note's automatically saved onto the page. So every time you go back to the page, you'll see that exact same note there again, which is pretty good. Also, whenever you exit out of a book, it'll keep it on the same page. Even if you're reading 10 books at the same time, it'll keep it on the same page when you come back. But let's say that page 27 is really important and I want to book it, or page 3, the one that we're on right now. I go to the top corner and double tap it. And there we go. Makes the bookmark up at the top. And you can do as many bookmarks in a book as you like. Go back to the options. You can hide notes if you'd like. So if you've taken a note that you don't want to see anymore, you can return to the list. Delete book, information on it, and orientation. Orientation switches it onto the side. Some people prefer reading it on the side. I personally prefer reading it this way. So we'll get rid of it. We'll put it back into portrait. Now I'll just show you here. We'll go up a page. I'll just show you as big as the font gets. It gets pretty big. So it gets definitely very big. That means you're turning the page more often, but it also is very clear. And I definitely prefer this to a book now. It takes a while to get used to, but I prefer it to a book because I can lie on my side and read it, and you don't have to use two hands. It's just definitely much more simple, and you can contain all the books that you're reading on this, so it just makes everything a little bit more simple and easy. And another great feature that I'm not going to leave out is the dictionary feature, which you wouldn't be able to do on a Kindle or something as easily without touchscreen support. So that lets you double tap on a word, and below it gives the dictionary definition, which I'm using all the time, especially for bigger books that have many complicated words. And here's the condensed right here, but if you click on it again, it gives you a full definition of it, which is great. And I'll show you notes right now. Notes are just what I was showing you before, so in every book I have quite a few notes right here on the books I'm reading, so that can be either just a bookmark, as simple as a bookmark, or as complex as a whole bunch of notes on the page. You can also do your own handwriting. These are drawings that you can do that don't have to be in books, so you can just go if you're bored one day, or if you have to remember a list or something, then you can go and you write your note right here, and it'll save it for you and you can exit out. Other things that you can do from the menu would be go to More, and what More does is it lets you access your pictures and your audio. So I don't have any songs right now, but I do have a couple pictures, so I'll just show you those. Picture of my dog here. So it loads pretty fast, and it's very actually good. I couldn't say it's good color because it's grayscale, but it's actually very, very sharp. So the big question that many people ask about this is, what would you prefer? Would you prefer it to the Kindle? And my answer to that is definitely, and that's mostly because of the file supports that it has. It supports many more file types, and the touchscreen. The touchscreen is a great thing. So I would prefer this to the Kindle. Now, to end off with this review, I'll just say the pros, which is the touchscreen, the dual memory card slots, the impressive file support, which is PDF and EPUB and all the other files that it supports, and the cons would be maybe it's a little bit expensive. It's about $300 right now. Some people aren't willing to pay that much for an ebook. It also has a glare on the screen, just a slight glare, but that's not able to be helped because it's a touchscreen, so they have to put a layer for the touchscreen over it, so that's going to have to add glare no matter how you do it, but it's very minimal glare and you don't find it getting in the way that often. And another con is that there's no wireless, which other ones do have, but I find it also easy enough to hook it up to the computer and get my books that way, so that's not a huge con for me. So finishing off, I'd say this is a very good ebook for anybody who has a little bit of money to spare and is looking to switch from regular books to ebooks, which is definitely a great decision. Thanks.